Really good question. So I'm planning to stay primarily in Playa del Carmen until at least the end of June. I don't know after that. I think a lot's going to depend on COVID and what I can do for work, etc. But we'll see. Actually, I'm coming back soon to take care of some odds and ends and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'm going to live in DC after this or not, so we'll see. Definitely. Even though I didn't get what I went into the show hoping for, it was a blessing in other ways. So lots of lessons learned. I am glad. I'm blessed. I'm truly glad I did it. I freaking love it. I feel like so much at peace here. I've always wanted to live near the beach, and it's so cool to, I don't know, just get to experience the culture, and I can't say enough good things. It's awesome. You're all just over here making my day. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. So COVID is definitely a big issue here, just like in the United States and all over the world. There are a lot of good protocols in place. I didn't talk about it at the time, but I actually did have COVID, and I'll share the link about my journey and my recovery. I do feel safe. I feel really safe. I have a great apartment with 24-hour security, and I never walk alone at night. I'm pretty smart about it, and I have a lot of good safety tips if any of y'all are interested in that kind of thing. But yeah. Okay, good question. This might sound weird, but I don't think I would do anything differently, because even though I did make some mistakes, sure. But I learned so much from them, so I, can't say I'd do it differently. Not much, and not since being in Mexico. Before Mexico, a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of nice just to be a regular person. That's so awesome. So right now, I'm not working, but I'm volunteering, teaching ESL, and thinking about maybe doing that as more of a career. But yeah, I've saved so I can take a little bit of time off work for now. Hablo un poco de español. Estoy practicando mi español todos los días, but I'm still learning. That means I'm practicing every day. Okay, I could get really deep with this, but for the sake of time, I will just say that I think the most important thing is self-kindness, compassion towards yourself, and doing something that just inspires you. For me, that's been painting and yoga. Well, I don't know what to tell you then. All right, I'm going to take a bit of a break from IG. I will be back to answer some more questions later. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or wherever y'all are living. Decided to come back on for a couple more Q&As. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Journey is awesome so far. Definitely starting to work that tan, but I wear tons of SPF every day. I don't think that's something to joke about. So yeah, being outside in the sun, getting a little darker, but carefully. Y'all are too cute. Okay, one of my skating students sent me this message, and I can't answer that. Y'all are my favorite. I miss you guys so much being away from my skating students. That's probably the hardest part about being here. Awesome question. Okay, some of my goals, to continue getting better at Spanish. I would love to be fluent one day. That might be a lofty goal, though. Really just helping others. Eventually, one of my goals is to have a great, loving family of my own. Okay, so this question's been on here a lot, so I'll just address it. I don't think that a friendship with Lindsay is a good, healthy thing for me, or probably for her too. I do wish her the best, and I'm over what happened, so I'm just glad that I personally have made peace and can move. Yeah, I hope so. I, of course, went into Married at First Sight really wanting that. I was ready for marriage and commitment, and that hasn't changed. It's just a matter of making sure it's the right fit. Yeah, I do from time to time, and it used to bother me. Now it doesn't faze me one bit. There's so many positive, lovely people out there, and I just focus on connecting with y'all. Sure, I do. I do feel lonely sometimes. I wouldn't say intensely or very often. When I do feel lonely, I try to remind myself loneliness. It is a feeling, and it will pass. Ew, my feet are a hot mess right now. I don't even really try with them because they're always in the sand and getting messed up. So it's kind of like a pinkish that I put in there like a month ago. Yes, and I love that you asked that because for anyone that's doing like a trip to Cancun, Isla Mujeres is like you have to go. It's just a 15-minute ferry ride straight from Cancun. So look into it. Beautiful beaches, awesome. Thank you so much. As far as COVID goes, I don't know how I contracted it. I do realize that I touch my face too much though, so I'm thinking could have been something like that. Yeah, to everyone, just, be as safe as possible. Yes, absolutely. However, something my doctor told me since I recently had COVID, I do need to make sure I wait at least 3 months. Something about antibodies. So if you've recently had COVID, maybe just double check on that before you get your vaccine. Okay, I have a lot of opinions. Brief rundown though. My favorite right now is Brianna and Vincent. I would say like their wedding was my favorite. They are just, I love them so much. They always put a smile on my face. Ryan and Clara, they're growing on me. At first I was like, I don't know, but I love it. Like the way he looks at her, I think he absolutely adores her. And she has like this spunky personality. I'm feeling Jacob and Haley. So far watching them, it's not too exciting. I do like them individually. They just seem like there's this stuck kind of in communication. So I'm wondering if, what's going to happen, if they're going to. And for Eric and Virginia, I'm really excited about them. Eric just seems so positive, like he's just really gone in with great intentions. And I think that he, so far, is bringing out like the best in Virginia and the other way around. I think she's bringing out great sides in him too. Okay, to be completely honest, I am not okay with what's happening to Paige right now. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that didn't see last night's episode yet. But if I was one of like her good friends or family, I would tell her to leave. But I do think it's important to remember when you are in the position that Paige is in right now, like she came into this so hopeful, her heart, her faith, everything was like leading her to do this. So she does not want to just give up. Regardless of what she decides to do, I guess I would tell her to not let that guy have any impact on your self-worth. And that is way easier said than done, especially when you start getting very connected with someone. I don't know if I understand the question. Are we talking like a real pig, like the oink oink kind? Is that like slang for something that I'm not cool enough to know? I need more info. Okay, now these questions are like really testing my brains. I'm gonna say the egg. A dinosaur had the egg and it was like genetically mutated into a chicken. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever said. Hey there in Belgium. I have never been to Belgium, but I have, first of all, gotten some awesome messages. I know that my season of Married at First Sight has been airing there recently, and it seems like such a cool country, so definitely going to visit. You're looking at it. Just kidding. Every day is a little bit different, but I start out every morning with yoga. It's the first thing I do when I wake up, and everything goes from there. Thank you so much. That's such a lovely message. I'm grateful for everyone's lovely messages, but I do want to remind everyone that self-worth does need to come from within. So don't rely on what other people say about you to feel good about yourself.